These kind of videos are some of my favourite to film, so I'm really excited. And this video is going to be trends, but thrifted. So they're going to be autumn-winter trends. I know it's not technically autumn-winter time anymore, but I thought it could still be interesting, even though it's a little bit late. And I've got loads of cool thrifted bits to share with you, so I really hope you enjoy. And I'm just going to get straight on into it. So the first trend I wanted to talk about is razzle dazzle, and I think it's really easy to thrift this trend. I mean, I love the trend overall. I love how bougie it is and extra and over the top, but I love that vintage glamour sort of vibe. So anything that's embellished or sparkly, you can get away with doing this trend. It's really easy, very versatile. And the first piece I wanted to mention is this. I have showed this in a favourites video before. It's this red jumper, and red was also a very big thing for autumn winter time. I noticed that as well. So yeah, this is kind of like a two-in-one. It's this v-neck jumper, and it's got these pearl embellishments, these strings of pearls which go along onto the sleeves as well, and also this sort of fluffy material here. I got this secondhand in Bradbury in Nottingham. It's just incredible. Like, it's such a nice, it is sort of Christmas time appropriate, but you could wear this any time of the year. It's beautiful, so many different ways to wear it. It's a really nice material, feels really well made. It's actually a little bit heavy, like a tiny bit heavy, but not uncomfortably heavy. You know, some embellished pieces are really, like, especially on the torso, can really weigh you down. This doesn't have that. It's also got sparkly knit in between the lines of pearls. So just overall, I absolutely love this jumper. I actually wore it in my best of 2017 video, so yeah, that's that one. That's the first one. And there's also another jumper which I've had for quite a while that I also wanted to mention, and that is this ski jumper. So this is a bit of an 80s vibe sort of jumper. It's a round neck, and it's got this zigzag design, and it's batwing, so it's got these sleeves that go up into the back wing and then cuff at the wrists. It's a beautiful jumper. As I say, I've had it for ages and I absolutely love this. I mean, it's so ugly, isn't it? It is ugly, but I think it's a beautiful kind of ugly. I got this, I can't remember where we were. I got it with Celine, and we were at some, was it a National Trust place? They were having some vintage sale at somewhere. Was it a castle? I don't know, I can't remember. But as I say, I've had this for years, probably 10 years or so. Maybe a little bit less than that. And it is really easy to find embellished pieces, sparkly pieces, pieces with bold prints on, or like zigzag prints. Really easy to pick up secondhand. So that's the first trend I wanted to mention. The second trend, again, really easy to thrift secondhand, and that is hats. So I've got a couple here to show you. I noticed hats were a really big thing on the catwalk, a really big thing. Specifically embellished hats. So this one you've seen a million times before. It's my Baker Boy cap that I got from a charity shop in Nottingham. £2 I believe it was. I absolutely love this hat. I talked about it in my 2017 favourites. Again, I featured this. Brown corduroy. These are really easy to find secondhand. I've seen quite a few on Depop. I've seen quite a lot in charity shops, and yeah, really cheap. I really like them. I know they're kind of like a love it or hate it kind of piece, but I'm a big fan. And the other hat that I feel like is having a bit of a comeback is the beret. And I do have a black beret, which I absolutely love, but I recently picked up this off-white creamy beret from Depop. It's a tiny bit too small for me. I haven't quite worked out how to wear this yet, because it's too small. It's a little bit tight on my head, but then it's quite big at the top here. So I'm kind of just working out how it should sit on my head best. And I'm not quite sure what to wear this with. It's quite, I feel like a black beret is a lot easier to wear than a white one and wear well. But I love berets. I'm a big fan of berets. And also another thing that I noticed about the hats that were on the catwalk is a lot of them were embellished. So they either had like sequins or jewels or embroidery on them, which is really easy. You can easily customise a hat by embroidering it. Or another thing that I like to do, which I do with my black beret, is put brooches on it. Brooches you can get really cheaply from charity shops or vintage stores, and I love a brooch. I know it's quite an old lady sort of thing, but I love brooches. I'll show you my favourite one. So my favourite one is this one. I got it off Depop, and I've showed this in a favourites video again, so you know it's my fave. And I love this. It has, yeah, you know what brooch is like, but it has a pin, and you can just pin it to a hat, and then it's a way of sort of customising a hat. So you can pick up pins and badges and brooches and customise your hat or your beret to your choosing. So yeah, that's trend number 2. Really easy to make your own and pick up second hand. So hats. I might actually keep this hat on because I'm a little bit cold and it keeps my head warm. Another trend that I haven't managed to nail when it comes to shopping second hand, but it is possible to get secondhand, is 40s blue. It's a particular shade of blue which was a massive thing autumn winter, and yeah, I'm sure there are 40s blue pieces in charity shops. Obviously there are, I just haven't managed to find a piece of that specific colour. But I thought I would mention these jeans. They're blue jeans, so I thought it might work. Not really, but yeah, I picked these up from Sue Ryder, and they are bootcut jeans, bootleg jeans. Really, really nice, a lovely fit. The original brand is Lee Cooper, which I think is quite a good brand of jean, to my recollection, not 100% sure. But yeah, these are so comfy, really, really nice fit. I love the shade of blue they are. I've got them rolled up at the moment, but they are nice rolled up, or they're nice just plain straight leg. So yeah, that's kind of a cheap one, but 40s blue was a big thing. I do think when a particular colour, or when designers go for block colours or particular combination of colours, that's really easy to do second hand, because it's nothing really about the design or the cut of the piece, it's more just about the colours. And you know, there's loads of different colour pieces in charity shops and second hand stores, so really easy to nail. I just haven't found a piece. And I'm also trying not to buy things unless I'm really sure I'm going to get use and wear out of them, so I don't want to just pick something up that's 40s blue for the sake of it, if you know what I mean. Hiya! The next trend, oh, cat hair on my lip, and lip gloss, not a great combination. The next trend I wanted to talk about is, I haven't really seen that many people talk about, but it's the idea of wearing a midi skirt or a midi dress and then an oversized jumper over the top. So I did pick up this dress, and this is a blue floral pleated dress, so it's got more sort of concentrated pleats at the top and then bigger pleats at the bottom. It's a v-neck. I am going to alter the waist so it pins in a little bit more, but it's a lovely dress, and it looks really nice with jumpers layered over top. So I've got this one, which still needs a wash, but this is originally by And Other Stories. I got it from a second-hand seller, and it's a beautiful, beautiful jumper on its own, but it looks especially nice layered over this dress. I think the blue complements the blue. It's kind of understated and pretty cool actually, and I like how it tapers in at the arms, at the forearms and the wrists, because it gives the body a bit of shape. Obviously if you've got an oversized jumper and you've got a skirt as well, you've got to try and get the shapes in there. And another thing that I wanted to mention, a big trend, was highlighting the waist. So either taking a really big belt over an oversized jumper, or just tying a piece of fabric. You could just tie a scarf around your waist, you know, and then get that waist, that sort of silhouette in. That was a really big thing, and really easy to do second hand. You don't even need a belt, as I said, just use a piece of material, just use an old scarf. So yeah, that's that one. And another jumper that I've been liking wearing with that dress is this one. This was actually my mum's. I'll see if I can find a picture of her wearing it, because there are pictures of her wearing it when I was a baby, when I was born. It's from M&S. I'm telling you, M&S clothes from back in the day, best quality you'll find. The St. Michael range, I stand by. Older pieces I find are such better quality. Like this has lasted, how old am I? 22. Over 2 decades. That's a long time. That's a long time. And yeah, it's special because obviously it's hers. It smells like my mum. But yeah, now it's mine. It's much longer on me than it is on her. She's over 6 foot, or at least she was over 6 foot. So yeah, slightly different look, got a lot of hairs on it. But yeah, that's that one. Try raiding your parents' closet, or like your older relatives' closets if they've got things they're chucking out, because trends come around. I'm telling you, trends come around again. The next trend I wanted to mention is checks. So checks were a big thing as well. This is actually my brother's. I've nicked it from him for this video. I can't remember where he got this from, either Depop. Actually, I'll ask him and I'll put it on the screen. It's a little bit itchy, I'm not going to lie, on the inside, but I really like it. I think it's a really lovely jacket. You can find checked pieces really easily secondhand, you know, checked shirts. This one was actually Sophie's, and she gave me a bag of hand-me-downs, and it's got a little Mickey Mouse on it. I love the look of a nice check. Big fan, big fan. Next trend I wanted to talk about, I think is more of a trend moving forward, but the colour lilac I feel like is going to be a big thing. I don't know if somebody told me that, or if that's just me predicting it, or if it's already been a thing. But I think, yeah, the colour lilac is beautiful. I got this jumper from a charity shop. You can find these round neck jumpers really easily from charity shops. They wash really well, they're really good quality. I see these all the time, like this one from a completely different brand, completely different charity shop, but looks pretty much identical. I think these are really good staple pieces for your wardrobe, and they come in loads of different colours. I've also got a white one, I've also got a pink one, but yeah, the colour lilac specifically. And also, I've mentioned this in a favourites video, but this lilac-y platinum silver shirt, this is a great trend piece that I thrifted, and yeah, I'm a big fan of this. I've worn it. I wore it on New Year's Eve, I wore it on Christmas Day. It's a beautiful colour, really, really well made, and washes really well actually, which is always nice. I do buy in second. Is this even real silk? I understand why people don't want to do that. If if you're vegan and you don't want to do that, I completely understand. I just think with the amount of damage that artificial kind of acrylic materials do to the environment when we wash them, Yeah, I would rather buy a piece made out of wool secondhand than a brand new piece that's got loads of plastic in it that is vegan, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I completely understand people disagree with me. I've spoken about this before, but just wanted to mention. Starting to round it up now, the second to the last trend I wanted to mention is suits. Suits were a big thing. You can get blazers really easy secondhand. I don't really suit a blazer. I don't think they're my kind of piece. But my mum did buy me this from a charity shop. She came in the other day and she said, this was a bit of a risk. I took a gamble, but you might like it, you might not. If not, she said she was just going to donate it again. But it was on the £1 rail, so, you know, it's a win-win situation. But she picked me up this, and it doesn't look like much on the hanger. It just looks like a grey top, because it's not a suit, but it's kind of fitted as a suit would be. It's something I can imagine Audrey Hepburn wearing. It's very classy, very flattering. It's a suit-esque colour, and I love this so much. This was a great piece to pick me up. I think it looks really nice with those jeans I showed you. I think it looks amazing, and yeah, it shows that even if a trend isn't exactly for you, if it's not really your vibe, you can make it your own and, you know, switch it up. So big fan of that. Thanks, Lisa. That was a great buy. Only £1. Amazing. And then the last thing I wanted to mention, probably also a little bit controversial, but faux fur. I noticed, unfortunately, there were a lot of animal skins in autumn, winter, especially leather. Like, leather was a massive thing, first-hand leather. Not for me, not for me. I do sometimes buy second-hand leather shoes. Oh, hello, my sweet. I love you so much. Oh, look at this kitty. Look at him. Saw a lot of animal skins on the catwalk and from a lot of different designers. So I wanted to mention faux fur. I know a lot of people disagree with faux fur because they think it normalises fur, and I completely understand that. But I think if there's a cruelty-free alternative, why not encourage people to go for that over actual fur? That's just my personal opinion. Feel free to disagree, no problem at all. But yeah, I've got a couple of different faux fur coats. Both of these ones are vintage faux fur, so they're second hand anyway. I've got this one, which is a beautiful chocolate brown shade, and it's got an orange silky lining, which is beautiful. I kind of messed up because it was really long on me, so I cut it so it's a little bit more cropped. I kind of messed up the lining a bit, but it's fine, it works fine. The other one I've got here is a little bit of a lighter brown, and it's also got these kind of ribbed design on the arms. I love this coat, it's so nice. And also because both of them are slightly cropped, I mean this one is naturally cropped, the other one I cut to be cropped. They suit me because I'm quite short, so I like a shorter coat so that it doesn't swamp me. And you can tell, I'll link down below how you can tell if a coat is faux fur or not. There's loads of different sort of things you can do to check. There's a certain shine to the fur, and also a little bit thicker, and instead of tapering down to a really thin point, they cut off at a bit more of a harsh point. So there are different things you can do to check that the coat you are looking at is faux fur. So yeah, definitely double check if you're bothered by that. And that's the last thing I wanted to show you. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that it showed you that you can still be really trendy and cool and, you know, down with the kids, and not shop first hand, or, you know, not shop fast fashion. My nan's here. If you ever find a piece second hand that you're really proud of and you really love, please, please, please send me a picture or tweet me or tag me on Instagram. I would love to see the pieces you pick up secondhand. Honestly, thrifting and charity shop shopping has been a long-term love of mine, way before I started filming YouTube videos. So yeah, I would love to see. I think it'd be amazing to share and get inspiration from each other. So yeah, please do that if you do pick up anything cool, on trend, off trend, you know, a new piece or an old piece that you've had for ages that you picked up secondhand. Then yeah, do let me know. I hope this was enjoyable, and I hope you have a lovely day, and hopefully I will see you very soon. Bye. Bye.